right. Hello, all you night readers. It is good to have everyone here. It's nice to see you all. I hope everyone is doing well. All right, let's get you in and see what is going on. Hello. Hello, Rita and Yvonne, Lisa, Steffi, Jonathan Angel. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Setvik, Empress Love. Hello. CM. Hey, CM. Sunshinely. It's good to have you. All right, Rita, let's see what's going on. Anything for you in love or career? Any of those things would be good, huh? That sounds good. Sounds like some good stuff there. Hello, Taylor Phillips. Welcome. And Diva Bomber. Hey. So let's see what we get here for you. All right, Rita, I was just looking over the chat real quick, seeing what some of the questions were, seeing what we're doing and where we're going. All right. So, like I said, I hope everyone is doing well. I am well. So, anything going on in love or work, career? I think the Page of Swords says you just want to be on your toes and keep your eye out for things, because something could come along at any time, right? And if you're not paying attention, well then, of course, things can happen that you miss. Important things, of course, can happen that you would miss, right? And you wouldn't want to miss something that is going to affect you in a traditional manner, right? Something that could come along and affect you in a traditional manner, well, that would be a bad idea. That would be very bad. I would be willing to say that things are going okay for you, right? In life in general, I think is going pretty okay. You have that celebration, right? All that fun. There's fun involved in the Four of Wands. The Ace of Cups tells me there's a new emotional connection and new emotion. There's new emotions of healing, and maybe the beginning of a new emotional love. But it seems like things take a long time in your life. When things happen for you, they tend to take a while. So, unfortunately you have that, kind of as an ending here. But yeah, I don't see where things are going badly. I think things could go very well, right? You have all those new emotions, all that new emotional stuff going on. So I do truly think that things could be going well for you. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I get for you, Rita. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. All right. All right, Yvonne, a family reading. We had to talk about these cards the other day, didn't we? We talked about them, and I said to you, for some funny reason, and you never know, for some reason, I don't really connect with this deck like I do with some of the others, right? I get better readings from some decks than other decks. I only have 5. It's not like I have a lot of decks. I'm not, I'm not one of those that has lots and lots of decks of tarot cards. Because I would rather be very accurate with 1 or 2 decks of cards than have 25 decks or cards that I'm okay with, right? So I have 2. I have 5, and 2 of them I feel really strongly about. The other 2 are very basic decks, and then there's this one. But I know you like the pictures, and I know you like the artwork, and I know you like the colors, and so I use it for you. Hey, Swati Dua. All right, so the Empress is telling me that you feel like you need to be protected from things. You feel like you would be happy if someone would nurture you like you have always nurtured everyone else in the family, right? You give up everything. You take care of everybody. You make sure everything is done. You make sure everything's taken care of before you do anything for you, I think, right? And that's how it is. That's just how it is for you. But I think you wish somebody would take over that role just for a little while, even if it's just for a day or 2, or, a weekend like now, where they would come in and take care of you first. And, once you're taken care of, then they can do their own thing. I think you would appreciate that, but it's difficult, and I understand it's difficult. But I think you're very confident, right? And you're looking to run away from your problems, trying to get away from the issues and the problems that are going on in life right now. And there seems, of course, to be a lot of things going on right now, right? The 7 of Cups is all about many different things. It's all about many choices. It's all about many, just all kinds of different things going on at once. And I think that's really what you're trying to get away from. I think things will change. I think they're going to, right? Things end and then things move forward into something new. So I do see where things are changing. And then when the problem is when you move forward, I believe there's going to be some conflict after things change. So I think you're going to change something in your life. Something in your life is going to come along, and you are going to change it. You're going to change your mind. You're going to change, a thought pattern, something, and then you're going to move forward. But when you move forward, that change is going to cause a conflict. And I just, I don't think that's what you really need right now, so you may want to avoid that. Maybe just something to stay away from. Because right now you're just looking to get away from all of the different things that are going wrong and going on. But you wish someone would pamper you. All right, that's what I get for you, Yvonne. All right, a future family read for you, Lisa. It's good to have the two of you here. I'm just waiting for you to bring over the rest of the friends and family. Even if they can't get to the show, just to come on over and subscribe. I did Freebie Friday yesterday, right? On Facebook. Freebie Friday, people can get free readings on Facebook because I haven't been on Facebook in over a week now. And I did free readings for anyone who was a follower on Facebook before, who came over here, who came to YouTube and would subscribe yesterday. All they had to do was come to YouTube and subscribe so they could see the show here, because they used to go and see the show on YouTube. So they already enjoy the show. These are already people who liked it. And I did not get a single person to take me up on my offer. Which kind of confused me a little. Either one of two things. Either people just don't like the change. They just don't like to change that much because, they just hate it that much that they couldn't switch over from Facebook to YouTube. Or they really didn't like the show as much as they used to say they did. Which, okay, maybe not. I understand. I am not everyone's cup of tea. I get that. I know that. But I try. I am alone tonight. I am. I'm flying solo. I've got CM here, though. I've got CM. Right? I've always got CM. She is here with me. So, the Page of Wands, Lise, is telling me that, again, you've got this before, this Page of Wands, and it just keeps telling me over and over that you are that free spirit, right? You like to be the adventurer. You're the adventurous one in the group, in the sisterhood, right? In the sisters, you're the most adventurous. I think you and Yvonne are both very outgoing, but I think you are the adventurous and very outright. You'll say things. You'll say whatever is on your mind. Of course, we know, and you don't care. You just don't care if it's good or bad. You'll tell everybody whatever you want them to know, and that's all right. I think, you like to discover new things, right? You like to be the explorer. You think that the way things are going in your family and the way things are heading in your family right now is very fair. I think you feel like it's very fair, the way that everybody is, in the direction everyone is heading in, and the way everybody is being treated right now is being fair for their circumstances. I think the Eight of Pentacles tells me that, again, we're talking about your future, the future of the family. And I think the future of the family is very determined. I think everyone is very dedicated to family, right? Not only are they dedicated to the large Farrell family, but they're also dedicated to their own, each individual small families, right? Everybody. And or mostly everyone. I think you guys work hard to make the whole family dynamic work, right? The Ace of Wands tells me that there is new potential coming. There's a new energy, and a new energy to the family would be really good, right? Now, I've asked your other sister, and I can't remember her name, but it's going to drive me crazy. Your other sister, I can't think of it. Not Glenda, what is her name? I can't think of her name, but anyhow, the blonde-haired one. Well, you're all blonde. Well, you all have blonde or red hair, right? You're the blonde-haired one too, Lisa. The one who's taller than you with blonde hair. I don't know. You know who I mean. I've asked her several times if she could be possibly pregnant, and that would certainly be a new energy in the family. And Lorraine, that's it. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Yvonne. Yeah, so Lorraine, I've asked Lorraine many times if she's pregnant. She won't answer. She won't tell me. I know she's shy. I know that your other sisters are all shy, and that's okay. But of course, that would be a very new energy into the family. I do see movement. So things are moving in the right direction with everyone. And I think, eventually, once this movement comes to an end, I think everybody will kind of see where things fall, where the chips fall, right? Where everything ends up. So that's what I get for you, Lise. All right. So thank you. Thank you very much. All right, Jonathan Angel. Hi, Night Reader. Hello, Jonathan. Today we are having my grandmother and aunt for dinner. Wow. How do you cook them? How do you prepare that? How do you get them in the oven? That's the important question. How do you voluntarily get them to go into the oven? They taste just like chicken once they're cooked. Just kidding. I am just kidding. I only kid. Only because I think I can, right? If I offended, I didn't mean to. And if I did, please tell me, because I would never do it again. But it's just a joke. So today you're having dinner for your grandmother and your aunt, and you're wondering if the dinner will go good and if your aunt's boyfriend will show up to it. Because, of course, we want to know really if your aunt's boyfriend is, your aunt and her boyfriend are going to be, are going to get more serious, right? We've already talked about that. Will they get more serious? So will he show up? He is. So obviously he was invited. I'm getting, that would be the first thing. I'm quite sure that he had to have been invited, if you're curious. Oh, you're having dinner for them. You're not having them for dinner. It's just a bad dad jokes, old man jokes. All right, let's see. So, will your aunt's boyfriend show up? I'm just glad you're getting a chance to have a nice dinner with your aunt and your grandmother, because that's very nice. That's a very nice thing. That is something I would kill for right about now. So, all I can tell you is cherish every minute that you can with those loved ones. That's just my own personal input on things. All right. Enrique Fernandez. Yeah, welcome back. Thanks for coming back again. I do appreciate that. I do. I'm glad you're here. All right. So I think your aunt's boyfriend feels like he feels very isolated. He feels like, yes, he was invited to come, but he really feels like it was only because somebody had to invite him. Does that make sense? Right? He didn't really feel like the invitation was genuine. So I think, of course, now there's choices. He's coming up to a barrier where he's got to make a decision, and he can't really see which way things should go because, of course, he is blindfolded here. And that is difficult. Hola, hello. That's going to be very difficult to make a decision when you can't see what the choices are. But he will make the right decision. I think he is, see, the thing is, overall, I think he is very excited. I think he's very excited about spending time with your aunt. And I think he is a very creative people person type type of guy. And, I do see where those are good things for your aunt. He just feels like he is stuck and doesn't know exactly what to do. And that's the problem. He doesn't know what to do, so he doesn't do anything, and that gives you the impression that he's really not interested in her. But like I said yesterday when I did the reading for you, he is interested. He's really interested. You guys just may not see it as that way. And, it's understandable. That's just the way it is, right? But I do think he will show up. I think he'll get there. And I think he'll be there on time or early. And, I do think things will go well once he gets there. Like I said, I definitely think he'll show up. I think he'll realize that the invitation was genuine. And maybe that's part of his decision here, is realizing just how genuine that decision was, or that invitation, was. All right. So, Jonathan, thank you. Thank you for letting me tell my silly dad joke there in the middle, or in the beginning of your reading. I know somebody laughed at it. Someone was laughing. Right, Steffi? What's your husband think about reuniting with you? Right? That's what you want to know. What does your husband think about getting back together, basically? So you and your husband split up for a reason. Are you willing to tell me what that reason is? Or would you just rather me just read the cards and see if the reason comes up? Because we can look. I don't mind looking to see if I can figure it out. All right, so I believe that your husband, when it comes to getting back together with you, I think you've talked about this already. A little bit. I don't know if you got into it really deep, but I think you've spoken about it and asked, are you coming back, or are you interested in coming back? Some kind of little idea was put in his head that, that you would like to get back together, to see if he would be willing to get back together. And I think he is actually working very hard towards that end, right? I think I think he wants to be dedicated to the relationship. He wants to be dedicated to the marriage. It's just very difficult. Something happened. I don't see anything here that tells me what it is, unfortunately. So I don't know. But something definitely happened. And now he's at a wall. He's blocked off here, and he just can't. He's got to choose which way to go to get out of this room so that he can move forward, right? He wants to move forward. He's facing that way. But the only way out is through this door. And to get through that door, he has to decide to remove one of those swords. Well, each sword is a decision. One decision, I'm sure, is, do I get back together? Do I get back together and have things exactly the same as they were? Or do we have to work on figuring out what the problems were and fix them first, and then move forward? The Three of Rods says you're searching, right? You are searching for the strength to really get back into this marriage. You're searching for the strength. You want to restore everything that used to be. You want to feel good. You want to beat, anything that is wrong with the marriage, anything that was going on in the marriage that didn't feel right. You want to be fixed. My only issue with it, with the whole thing is it's going to take a while. The Knight of Pentacles is all about being, moving very slowly, and things are going to move slow. All right. That's what I get for you, Steffi. I hope you were still here to hear it. Hey, Christian Dior and Chotu and Kimbobulated. Hello, hello, hello. Like Ola Ola says. Ola Ola. Hello, hello. Bonjour, bonjour. Jonathan, thank you for the reading. Yeah, you're welcome. I hope their day goes good, and we will see if he shows up. It would make your aunt's day. Well, first off, I hope so too. I would be very happy if I was right about that. It would make me very happy. And also, you gotta let me know, right? You have to let me know if things work out, how it goes one way or the other. I'd like to know. If they go really great, well then, that's good. If they don't, you can come back and tell me if my reading was way off. You can't always get it right? Can you? Can you do every single reading and get them right? Do you think? What do you think, Savik? How are you? It's nice to have you here. So one of your close friends is getting more in touch with someone you're an enemy with, and some distance is coming between the two of you. Will your friend get close to you, or will he be attached to someone who is jealous of you? Right? The enemy. Will your friend become more friendly, stay friends with the person you don't like, that you are enemies with, or will they come back to you and bring your friendship back together? I think you're searching, right? I got the three of Wands again. It's all about searching for something, searching for strength, searching for a successful relationship or friendship, something like that, right? And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that friendship to come back. So you're watching for it, right? You're standing on the shoreline there, and you're searching to see if it's going to come back. The Page of Pentacles tells me that your friend is very dependable. I think he's just I think he's just giving messages to this other person, and maybe sending mixed messages to them, because things are not as clear as they should be. And I think this other person, the enemy person, is very hard to get rid of. Once you've spoken to them once, they kind of don't go away. They're like octopus, right? And they get those suckers on you, and that's it. Boom, they suck right on, and they can't come off. So yeah, I do think that's the way things are. I think you're going to have a plan. I think you're going to have to put that plan into action, and I think you're going to need some teamwork. I think you're going to need some cooperation from your actual friend, right? They need to cooperate. They need to understand that this other person is not going to be good for your friendship with him. Because if he doesn't understand it, then he's not going to stop. And if he does understand it, well, then he doesn't want to be friends anymore with you. He's kind of stuck in the middle, right? He's stuck in the middle. He's really feeling that way. But I think there's going to be an emotional healing that goes on for the two of you. I think you will heal your issues emotionally, and I think you'll feel better about it. And that's where I think things are going to go. I see 3 people working together here. Is there any way that this other person who is your enemy, right? The one you say is your enemy. Is there any way that you guys could actually be all friends at some point? Could you turn that enemy into someone who is a friend? That's something to think about. Because it's no fun having enemies, right? You don't want to have enemies. All right. But that's what I see for you, Savik. Empress Love. Empress Love. What is going on? A general reading for this weekend. Did you get your daily tarot tip this morning, Empress Love? I am doing good, Combobulated. How are you? Hello, Rebecca Alphonsine. And Jasmine and Sharmila. Khadijah. You haven't watched it yet. That's okay. That's your general reading for today, right? That could be your general reading for today. You never know. It might be directly pointed right at you. Daily tarot tips, you never know. Some days they hit the spot for some people. Some days they don't. But if they don't hit the spot for you, doesn't mean they didn't hit the spot for someone else. Because I'm doing, you got to figure there's 316 or more subscribers here. I'm doing one reading for 316 people. It's got to kind of go along with something, somewhere, somebody. All right, a general reading for this weekend. I think if you are bound and determined and really push yourself to do something, I think you will move forward, and I think things will move good for you in meeting someone this weekend. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, it could turn into a relationship. I think it starts off as an emotional friendship, right? A connection. I think you make a connection, right, with someone. But it's going to take a little bit of work. It's going to take a little bit of work. It's going to take, like I said, some determination. I see where this, you just keep going around and around with this whole idea about it, though. Right? You're not sure if you really want to. If you're really interested in meeting or going out or what you want to do. There's so many different things, right? But I think you're gonna realize that this is maybe a really good idea for you. Right? This could be a really good idea. So you need to take control of things. Choose your happiness. That's a good one, right? Choose your own happiness. Choose what makes you feel good to do and do it this weekend. Right? And I think that is what your weekend is looking like. I think that's what you're going to do. I think that's how it's going to go for you, Empress Love. All right? All right. So that's the story. MPT, what about MPT? She is away for the day. She's away for the day, her and her husband, and she will be back tomorrow. She'll be back here tomorrow. How does that sound? Khadijah. Oh, this is sad. This makes me feel sad. What can you do to recover from S's psychological abuse? This makes me feel sad. It really does. Combobulated, thank you. I have such a calming voice. That's so nice. It's always nice when you guys tell me things that are so that are kind. Not that I'm saying I mind if I get like feedback from you guys and it's not so good, right? Like, oh, that reading really didn't go along with anything I was thinking, or, you know, that didn't really make sense to me. If that's, you know, if that's the feeling you get after a reading, well, that's okay to tell me, because I don't mind. I really don't. It just helps me improve. It just gives me ways to improve. And of course, that's what I want. I only want to get better, because the better I get, the better readings you get. So feel free to give me whatever you call it, feedback. Right? All right, so how can you recover from S's psychological abuse? Yes. I think you're going to need, what you're going to have to work on the very most, and it's going to be the hardest thing, is you have to work on your confidence. You really have to work on that. Your confidence level is probably about that big right now, right? And of course, I want it to be like this, right? Huge. But right now, your confidence is probably like this. Your self-esteem is probably the same way, right? Your self-esteem and confidence, they kind of go together. So I think that is the first thing that you need to work on. So what can you do to recover from your psychological abuse? Work on your confidence. Know that you are worth something. That's the important part, right? Psychological abuse tears you down. It makes you feel like you're worthless. But you have to know, just because S felt that way and wanted to make you feel that way does not mean it's true. You are worth something. You are important to everyone. Who cares what S says, right? Who cares what S said? You are important. good person. And you just have to get that strength going again. Get your strength moving. I know how this is. I'm telling you. I'm talking to you from... thanks, Efik. I'm talking to you from the experience of my wife. So I know what goes on for a decade. Yeah, for a decade. My wife's ex-husband, not only did he put her down so bad all the time for so long, that the final straw when she ended up at a battered women's shelter was because he slammed her head against the wall so many times that he finally put a hole in the wall. It took so long to put a hole in the wall because he didn't realize the place he was slamming her head into was a beam behind it. And then he shot her. So I think you need to manifest your own confidence, right? Make yourself, let yourself know you are worth something. You are a good person. You are important to many, many people. The Seven of Rods is all about, it's all about arguing. It's all about fighting. And I think that's what is going on. I think that's what went on for 10 years. Arguing and fighting and being put down, right? That's how it went. You're a smart person. You're a very smart person. But it doesn't matter. My wife was a very smart person. She graduated college top of her class with 2 different degrees. CM, no, he's not in prison because he is a cop. And the people who responded to the call were his relatives who were also cops. So it all got worked out between them. She ended up in the hospital for quite a while, and then she ended up in a battered women's shelter, and that was that. Now she has hundreds of micro skull fractures that causes fluid on her brain that has to be drained by a spinal tap every 3 months. And she's got all of the internal issues from where she was shot. And it just goes on and on. There's a lot, right? The psychological issues, just like this, all of those things, right? The moon tells me that you feel afraid. You feel afraid, Khadijah. You've been deceived for over 10 years. Everything you thought was one way was was all an illusion, right? It was all hidden by the darkness of the moon. But again, the Queen of Rods tells me that you can be happy again. You can be emotionally perfect. Again, you can be. You will heal because you are important. You're important to a lot of people. People count on you no matter what. No matter what, you are important to many people who count on you. So always keep that in mind. All right, Khadijah? You're going to be all right. But these are the ways that you can start recovering from this psychological abuse. When my wife and I got together, that was some of the working on her self-esteem and working on her confidence were the first two things I tried to help her with. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not an easy road, right? Not an easy road. Christian Dior. All right. So, enough about my wife's sad story. Let's see what's going on with you. Your child's father said that he is going to be there more for your daughter, only because his new girlfriend said something to him about it. Is he telling the truth? Psychological abuse, by the way, Khadijah, is a huge factor to mental instability and mental illness. So keep that in mind. You don't want to fall down that path, but it's easy to go down the path of mental illness after being psychologically abused. And that's what we work on here every day. And that is why I try to help so many other people. I don't want to see things happen to other people like they've happened. All right, so is your child's father going to be there more for your daughter? Is he really telling the truth? Yes and no. I know, how easy was that, right? How easy is that one to tell? Nobody gets skipped, Enrique. I'm going to tell you that because I choose all my questions at random. So there's nobody that can be possibly skipped if you choose at random. It's just random. It doesn't have anything to do with anyone or anything. I choose completely at random. But if you want to guarantee yourself a reading, there's one way to do that. And of course, that's by donating. Donation information scrolls across the bottom of the screen. It's also in the description of the show. And you can scan the barcodes on the top right for PayPal and the bottom right for Square. Don't be sorry. Nothing to be sorry about. You know what? I don't mention it for some reason in the beginning of the show. I'm not good at mentioning like that kind of stuff. I just get right into it and just want to go, right? But anyhow, so yes and no, Christian Dior. Yes and no. I think he is, I think he's trying to figure out a way to do this without having a fight when he sees you. He doesn't want to fight. Yeah. He doesn't want a fight, and I think he's afraid that there may be. Now, other times that you've seen him, is that how it's been? Has it gone really kind of nasty and it just doesn't end up really good? Because now he's got this girlfriend, right? So I see the relationship with your daughter growing. I think I see the relationship with him and your daughter growing into more than it is now. My problem here is actually the Chariot, this chariot in specific, not the chariot in general. Most of the chariots are pretty good. But this one is not moving. This is a chariot that does not move. It's not going anywhere. It's not doing anything. And I think that's the problem. I think the problem is, he wants to do it, but he's afraid. He wants to grow the relationship with his daughter and your daughter. But he's not really ready to make the move to do it. Now, I think the girlfriend is going to continue to be in his ear all the time. I think she really is, because I think she wants him to step up and do the right thing. Because if he doesn't step up and do the right thing with you, then what makes her think that he's going to step up and do the right thing with her? So she's probably, if she's already mentioned this and already made this as an issue, I think, she's not going to hang around if he doesn't do this. Now, the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords. Oh, can't read, can I? The Page of Swords tells me you are going to have to really be decisive about this. Or even more, he's going to have to be very decisive about it. He's going to have to come up with a plan. He's going to have to say he's going to do something and mean it. He's got to mean it. And he's got to stick to it. You're going to have to talk to him. You're going to have to talk to him. You're going to have to talk to him nicely. Unfortunately, no matter what he did or anything like that, the two of you had a child together, and well, having a child trumps everything, and that means that you're going to have to talk to him, right? He's going to be part of your life for at least until your daughter is 18, but probably even more than that. Probably even longer than that, if he wants to have a relationship with her. So I think he's telling the truth that he wants to. I just think he's not sure how to actually get going with it. Maybe you just need to reach out to him and say, oh, listen, I have Sunday available. Would you like to take your daughter out for the day? Would you and your girlfriend like to take your daughter out for the day? Is that nice? Yeah, that's really nice. Is it nicer than he deserves? It might be very much nicer than he deserves. But if you want to encourage that relationship, then I think you have to, make it, you have to kind of make nice. So, all right. Something to keep in mind. Thank you. All right, so let's see where we are here. What do we got? All right. Enrique, what's your question? So you and your ex are taking a break from talking, a long break. And she said that she will give it a lot of thought while we aren't talking about getting back together. Will you get back together? Is the question. So you're not talking to each other. You're just taking a break from everything. Because apparently something happened and the two of you decided you were not going to be together anymore. Or at least for quite a while. for a while. But while you're on this break, the two of you, you want to get back together with her, and she is unsure if she wants to be back together with you. So, I believe that's what we're really looking at, right? So you want to know, will you two get back together? You pushed too hard. She was all set, right? You had everything exactly the way you wanted, and you pushed too hard. Not good. How conflicting that is. All right. The two of you are taking a long break. Are you is this relationship long distance also? Is there is this a long distance relationship, the two of you? Yep. Okay. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Oh, I'm going to tell you things that you probably don't want to hear. I think somebody else is going to come in and swoop her up, right? Somebody like a knight in shining armor kind of deal, right? Prince Charming is going to swoop her right up. I think he's going to be very comfortable. I think he's going to be, he's going to help her heal from breaking up, because I think she is hurting right now from breaking up with you. I think the whole breakup was not very good. And I think she needs some healing. There's hope, right? He's going to give her hope. This is going to cause a big conflict between you and her. You guys are going to fight, right? It's not going to go great. It's not going to be what you want it to be. And like I said, I see where she is actually very hurt about this, and that's why she's taking such a long time now to think about it. I see in the end that she ends up very happy. That's what I get. That's what I'm getting. Now, you got to remember, all my readings are for entertainment purposes only. Right? All readings are for entertainment purposes only. So I could be completely wrong. I could be. I'm just telling you what I see. And I have to be honest, right? I have to tell you the honest truth about what I see. So that's what I get. How long should you give her? I don't know. Not very long. I wouldn't give her a long time. Tell her, you would just, can you just at least continue talking? That's all. If she doesn't want to go somewhere, or she doesn't want to do anything, at least can we talk a little bit each day? Start off that way. Start off small. Maybe a week at the most. Yep. So, all right, I have time for one more reading unless there are donations. And I do not have any donations this morning, so. All right, let's see. Pick one more question. One more question. Taylor Phillips. I hope you're still here, Taylor Phillips. If you are, let me know. All right, so this is my last reading unless I have a donation. Donations still will get guaranteed readings. Hey, hello, Tarot with Anne-Marie. How are you? I hope things are going well for you. I hope things are going good over on Instagram. I hope your show is growing. If you guys want really good readings, I'll tell you, there you go. Right over here, Tarot with Anne-Marie. You guys look her up. You look her up, and she does wonderful readings on Instagram right now. But she's also considering getting a YouTube show going. So, but look her up on Instagram. She does live shows there, and she does some very wonderful readings. And she is a good friend of the show. She is very supportive here of our show. So I am doing well. Yeah, Anne-Marie, absolutely. I'm glad to mention it. All right, so you'd like a message regarding your divine purpose as a light worker and a healer. I got to tell you, I think, right? I believe, and this is how I feel. I think you will be. I think you'll be very happy. I think you will be very at peace with what you can do. You will feel really good about it. And I think you will have this light worker and healing. I think you'll have it in abundance, right? I think your inner strength will really come through. I think you'll feel like you are, you have the courage to do this. And I think you will help people with conviction. I think you will, you'll tell them things. You'll be very confident as you tell them, and, it'll come across that way. Okay? The Two of Swords tells me you're going to have to make a choice. At some point, you will have to make a choice with this, right? And it always comes down to that, and I think maybe that choice, maybe one of the choices or part of that choice is, where do you do this? Where do you do this type of work? Do you do it online like this, like this kind of deal? Or do you do it in a, have a place where people come to you? Or do you do this out of your home and people come to your home, or do you go to their home, right? There's a lot of different options. And I think you have to make a decision about that. If you're going to do this, and if you're going to do it as something that's really, if it's something you want to stick with and it's something that you really want to do, you're going to have to make it a priority, right? You're going to have to be very flexible. Things will change over time, especially things will absolutely change over the first 2 months or so, 3 months of doing anything like this. My show changes all the time. It really does. It's ever changing. It's always, you see, we just came up with the name. I just came up with the name back in August that we were going to call the show Tarot Days and Nights. When I first started, and for months and months, I only had a show at 6:00 at night, every night, 6:00 Eastern time. Then I decided, all right, well, I'll do another show in the morning, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. That'll be good. Then I could cover, more people in more time zones. And then I thought, okay, well, you know what? I'll take 8:30 at night instead, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Well, that didn't go well at all. And then we went back to 6 o'clock. So anything you do like this is going to require flexibility, and you're going to have to change with the times, change with the things that go on, because it's very important. It's going to be very important. It's not easy, right? That's not an easy thing to do. But I think you will be, good at it. I think you'll enjoy it, right? I really think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll have a good time doing it. You know, I don't call myself a light worker. I don't call myself a healer, but I do believe, and I have to say many times that I have helped people start the healing process, right? So, it's the same idea. Do I enjoy doing this? I love doing this. Do I like doing it twice a day, every day? Absolutely. It doesn't really interfere with my life, so I do it. So that's what I get. That's what I get for you, Taylor. I think that's what's going to go on with your light worker and healer purpose. I think you'll be all right. I think you're going to do okay. I think you're really going to like it. That's what that's what I would be willing to say. You're really going to like it. All right. So let me take one last look for donations. And if not, then that was my last reading. Nope. I do not have any donations today. So, all right. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. And again, the show's called Tarot Days and Nights. And I'll be back again tonight, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. All right. I will see you all later. Bye now.